Ah, there you are. Nice to see you. Well done. So, here I am, self-insulating at PMac Towers. And those awfully nice people down at the Theatre by the Lake, have asked me to record something about the theatre and maybe reminisce about a few of my past triumphs there. How long's the tape? Theatre by the Lake, eh? What's the best thing about it, hmm? The lake, I suppose. Anyway, it all started for me a long time ago, back in '03, when I came up with a very short season. This time of year it was, weather just like this. I was to play an Elvis impersonating gold lame-jacketed Lothario the Ghost, who twinkle-toed his way across the rooftop in order to woo his lady-love, Dame Tina Sparkle, who was playing the lead in A Passionate Woman. Many years ago now that was, but I haven't lost it. Oh, I can still impersonate Elvis with the best of them. You see, yeah. It was a great success though, and after that, the people at TBTL asked if I'd be interested in doing a summer season. Oh, I said, well, how long does that last? 30 weeks, they said. 30 weeks, I said. Oh, well, that's an awfully long time to be away from your local pub. So I declined. But several years later, my phone rang. It was a number I didn't recognize, my agent. And they said that the Theatre by the Lake had been on to ask if I would be interested in playing George in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Well, my whistle was wetted. So I consulted my good pub guide to look at the various hostelries that were about in Keswick, and, well, I thought it might be worth a shot. So Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Well, it turned out that most of the theatre was. But after a glass of vino or two, we got on quite well, and it was quite a successful show. There was even a rumour that one night the author of the piece was in, anonymously. He didn't come backstage afterwards. Rude man. Can't remember his name. Well, I mean, one gets so confused with all these authors and the number of plays I've done here. I mean, I've done Coward, Woodhouse, Tennessee, Shakespeare. Not Tennessee Shakespeare, no. Tennessee Williams, that's it, Williams Shakespeare. So one gets confused. Anyway, it was a splendid season. That reminds me, though, of another little story about one of my favourite productions. Noise is Off. We had a laugh on that one. There were a few occasions when it should have been called Underpants Off. But that's a different story. The strange thing about that particular production was that none of the rest of the cast could remember their lines. They kept having to ask the prompter. It's a good job I was on board to keep the ship steady, I should say. Oh, yes, splendid days they were. I've jumped ahead a bit there, though. Yes, that must have been in, 09, was it? Or possibly even 11. What? What's the matter? Oh, no, is your cassette running low? Well, you've probably got a C30 in there, have you? Oh dear. Look, well, why don't you try and see if you can get a hold of a C90 and come back for a few more little stories. Oh, I got a few in the locker. But in the meanwhile, I'm wishing all those of you at PTLBC and everywhere else, stay safe. Keep yourself self-insulated and don't forget to wash behind your ears. Chin chin.